So you've got your film developed, you've done the happy dance, and everything's in good order. What do you do next? You need to get your film negatives into, let's see, that's hard to see, what's called a negative preserver. You'll use this like a sheet, like this, and then you'll also take individual strips of negatives out when you go into the darkroom in order to do a print. So to get to this stage, I need for you to get a scissors and an empty negative preserver. They are in a box on the black cart over by the bulletin board that leads into the darkroom. So find an empty one of those. Go ahead and start with a Sharpie and put your last name on this edge so we know from then on that those negatives are yours. You will have a very long strip of about 24 to 36 negatives. You want to pay attention as you slide them into the individual sleeves. You want to never end up with a section that is less than 3 negatives. That will make sense to you once you get into the darkroom and realize that you need a significant stretch of film in order to use the negative carrier that's part of the enlarger. So my recommendation to you is start out by sliding your negatives in. The first row will hold 5. Actually, every row will hold 5. And there are 7 rows, which is a total of 35. Meaning you're most likely going to have some leftover negatives and we'll need a second sheet to put them in. Again, you don't want to have the 35 on this set and be left with just one negative because that is not useful to you. Do not cut out the sections that you think are bad. Don't take out the adhesions. Don't take out the all black ones. At this point, it's all part of my ability to give you some feedback. If you've got lots of unuseful negatives, it's helpful for me to see and know what you're doing so I can improve your next shoot. So anyway, start with the top row, put in negatives 1 through 5. They should be in numerical order. And when you hold this up to the light, you should be able to read the word Kodak and the numbers under them so that that is the right side up to you. So it should go 1 to 5 and then 6 through 11 all the way down. After you've done probably, I'd say 4 of the rows with groups of 5, stop and count how many negatives you have left. You don't want to keep going and then find out you've got a section of 2 or a section of 1. You may, after 4 rows of 5, have to start doing rows of 4 so that you end up with enough of a section onto your second sheet that you would have a group of 3. So again, most important thing to remember is do not end up with a section that is less than 3. These are pretty self-explanatory. They slide right into either end. The film can go in this side or it can go in on the other side. They're open on both ends to make it easy for you to take them in and out. All right, when you get that far, that this is full and all of your negatives are taken care of, then you're ready to head to the darkroom and learn how to do a contact sheet. If there is, one last thing, if there is completely black film at the very end or at the very beginning, meaning that waste film that we loaded into your camera or that was at the tail end, that can be removed and discarded. You don't need to keep that. I'm talking about shots up in here, like this one right here, this one of mine, looks like there's nothing there. Leave those kind in there in the middle of the row. I can't show you a good example in this light. Again, just so I can give you some feedback. I think that's all you need to know to preserve your negatives. Let me know if you have questions. Good luck.